Good morning. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming. Let's begin with a story. Cindy, a potential client, reached out for help. She has a big triple window in her Rittenhouse apartment. Upon asking her question, she shared it was her only window, therefore revealing the level of importance. Her view is a brick wall, and she wanted a covering that blocked the view, still let her light in, and of course, it needed to be pretty. We discussed all her needs and wants and finally landed on a solution. Towards the end of the conversation, she stopped the consultation to say, I want to thank you for taking time to do this. Our building will not let any contractors work or any deliveries to be made, so I had to stop my flooring project and my new furniture is in storage. Because we were able to work on this part of the project, you have given me a sense of normalcy. I cannot tell you how much that means to me. You might be wondering why I share this story. I tell you this because we are going to discuss what you can do now to work in your business and know that folks really need you. My name is Laura Hawley, president of AD Window Treatments. For a living, I help designers deliver a phenomenal window treatment experience to their clients. During this presentation, I am going to share with you what you can do today to keep moving forward and what to do when you're allowed to either virtually or meet with your clients face to face. I strongly believe that if you take a few of the ideas and apply them to your business, you will see results and growth. You will leave excited about the future and know that you are wanted and needed as a design professional. So why are we gathered? Let's be real. There is so much uncertainty out there from a personal level. When will we be able to feel normal in public? When will this curve flatten? Will we ever get out of this two-dimensional video world? And from a business perspective, I'm watching my bank account reduce while there's little income coming in. When will I be able to start consulting and earning again? Will my reserves be enough? Is it even proper to ask for business during these times? How do I adapt to the new normal? The world is now virtual. How do I deal with my clients' fears and my own? How do I give empathy while asking for business opportunities? I have 2 documents that I will email you after this presentation that offer strategies and tactics on what you can do for the next 30 days to put action in your plan, and a special offer as well. Finally, I will share with you how we work with others and how we might be able to help you. And feel free to put your questions in the chat feature and I will attempt to answer them at the end in our Q&A time. So here's some interesting facts about the business world. On March 23rd, Tom Huddleston Jr. published, one analyst predicted that the disruption to business from coronavirus could lead to 15,000 permanent retail store closures in 2020. With the Economic Policy Institute predicting that the disease outbreak could potentially wipe out 3 million jobs from the US economy before this summer. Those concerns certainly are setting in for small business owners across the country. As a recent Goldman Sachs survey, more than 1,500 small business owners found that more than 50% of them said they didn't think that they could continue operating their businesses for more than 3 months amid the current conditions caused by the coronavirus outbreak. There is some good news. Now, everyone has heard of Zoom. We're using it today. It was founded in 2011 by Eric Vaughn. He was a corporate vice president for Cisco WebEx systems. They started trading this year at $69 per share, and then their high water mark was just reached on the 23rd at $160 per share. There's other companies like Chewy, Blue Apron, and a New York-based cleaning product company called Clean Cut. They cannot keep up with demand. Tushy, saw its bidet sales skyrocket when consumers began to have a collective meltdown about the toilet paper scarcity. Tushy makes portable, self-installable bidets. In March, over 2 weeks, Tushy's sales doubled, quickly tripled, and now we're holding at 10 times demand. Imagine going back to your clients and adding a bidet in their bathrooms. Maybe an opportunity there. And now what about us? Recently, I have struggled with this new way of life, isolation on purpose. My mom would be the first to tell you that I am the Webster definition for the strong-willed child, and some of my friends too. I really do not like being told what to do. The new battlefield is the grocery store, and at Giant, you must follow the one-way blue arrows, and you cannot backtrack. I went the wrong way the other day and was waiting for that creepy machine to call me out. The microscopic COVID enemy has even the toughest dudes feeling powerless. I found this saying online: understanding is the first step to acceptance, and only with acceptance can there be recovery. Acceptance is a choice. The entire world needs recovery, not just in the future when this is past, but today. So let's understand, accept, and recover together. Let's think back to February. Hopefully this was your business. You had your daily routine, tasks neatly stacked one on top of another, managing several projects. Clients were loving your design and your business and could not wait to get the project started or completed. You knew what the next few months looked like as far as future opportunities were concerned. Your social networking calendar was peppered with occasions to grow your business and to hang out with the cool folks like the Philadelphia IFDA chapter. The economy was strong and folks were more than happy to open their wallets so that the home of their dreams could come true. And then March, the new norm. What a mess. Have you ever played the game 52 card pickup? The whole world is a scattered mess of cards. This may represent your business too. Projects delayed, projects canceled, shipments lost, vendors and suppliers closed, cash flow not flowing, former engaged clients now gone dark. So now what? Instead of scrambling around trying to pick up all the cards, which only leads to scaring the cat, let's take the opportunity to set a strategy and a plan. So let's start. First and foremost, you need to create a daily behavior goal. You cannot get folks to choose to do business with you. However, you are in control of your daily activities. Here's some ideas you can implement right now. Number one, reconnect. Call former clients. Hopefully you've saved their contact information. If not, you can use QuickBooks. Maybe it's stored there. Go through old photos to stimulate memories. There is no time limit on this. In other words, go back as far as you can. It doesn't matter if it was 30 years ago. Folks need you. They have been staring at the inside of their home for over a month now, and they are all thinking they want to change something. Notice I said call. Don't be afraid and think that you're bothering them. Folks are longing for a connection. Think back to that story I told in the beginning. This is a great time to reach out. Let them all know that you're here for them and that you can still help during a crisis, and then follow up with an email. Pull out designs from the past. Go back into the archives and see if there are any that were delayed or put off for one reason or another. Even if you're in a different services industry, go back and look at all the estimates you had sent out and for whatever reason you didn't close. Now would be a wonderful time to remind them that you still have the plans, and maybe with a little tweaking, you can help them make magic happen. Also, for clients that just did the master and you know they need the family room done too, If you have pictures of the space, send them some of your ideas. What would it hurt? If the project is more than 10 years old, maybe time for an update. You have all the measurements and the details, maybe you can sell them something. Offer to work on their outdoor space. Have them send pictures of their cushions and see if they need recovering, or better yet, offer to design the outdoor kitchen of their dreams. This is about building the sales funnel, okay? You're gonna reach out to all of your vendors and your subs and tell them you are still open for business. Create an email introduction with some interesting before and after pictures that they can forward to all their contacts. Do this for each vendor and sub at least 10 times. Make the communication fun and simple, maybe twice a week. Don't be scared. They will remember you when it's time to refer someone. Finally, ask them if they can review your company or give a testimonial. Another way to build the sales funnel, create a free online giveaway. You want to begin to collect emails. Here's some ideas. The ultimate guide to paint selection, 10 ways to update your family room, how to stage a fantastic bookcase. If you put this on your website, and I've also heard recently do it on Instagram, you can start collecting emails and contact information. Why do you want to do this, you ask? You will begin to build trust and credibility in the marketplace. Folks do business with professionals they trust, and you never know where the next lead will come from. Someone might send your guide to a neighbor or a friend. Now you're ready to keep your business growing. Here are some ideas to consider. You're going to have many distractions that will keep you from your daily goals. Stay the course. If you can just dedicate 1 hour a day and increase systematically each week, you will change your business for the good and growth will happen. Leave bad habits behind. Whatever you do, do not revert to the caveman business ways. You know what I'm talking about. It was like this for all of us in the beginning. We took whatever project we could, even though it would end in failure or at least hurt feelings. Even if you are new to business, your time, expertise, and creativity have a value. Do not feel like you need to discount your way back in business. This time will pass, and you don't want to take on that project at a discount when others are willing to pay you what you're worth. Many economists say we had a strong economy going before COVID, and we will come back. Recently, I heard a nationally recognized interior designer say not to reduce your fees, even if you do virtual work. Just give them a little bit more since it's virtual. And then qualify the client. Make sure you take time to qualify the client before you commit to working with them. I will be sending my questionnaire that we use to qualify our clients. It can be modified to fit your model. And here is a 3-step process to see if they are a good fit. Number 1, make sure the client has a problem that needs your help. What is their hope for gain? Or what is the pain they're trying to solve? This comes from asking lots of questions and see if there's enough emotion for you to identify the concern. I'm sure you all have ways of gathering this information when going through discovery of a project. Make sure there's enough emotion to motivate the prospect to action. Number 2, budget. Get a commitment up front, even if it is a bracket for what they are comfortable with investing. There are 2 types of criteria that need to be met here: willing and able. Some people are real willing. I needed replacement windows on our home, If you were my salesperson, you would think you had got one and was guaranteed a sale because I was very emotional about the windows. They were leaking, they had that fuzzy look to them, they wouldn't open properly. It was a mess. The reason you would not get the sale is because I was not able to come up with the $20,000 needed to cover the replacement windows. I was willing, but not able. Another bit of advice, do not judge a book by its cover. I'm sure we've all done it. I immediately judged the client with the IKEA furniture as not qualified. He ended up spending $15,000 on his window treatments. Finally, please, 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 if you know that their $4,000 budget is not realistic for the room makeover, let them know up front. The biggest complaint I have heard over the years is folks not having their financial expectations met. This is the reality. You are not a right fit for everyone, and it's okay to say you cannot help them. Send them to your website for the free booklet and add them to your marketing campaigns. Remember, the client needs to be willing and able. And finally, decision makers. Do your best from the beginning of the conversations to have all the decision makers in the room, on the call, or the video. When I meet with couples, 95% of the time, when I ask about priorities or concerns, they are different. You will find yourself in a defensive position if you do not have the input from all the involved parties from the start. That includes the mother-in-law. I always ask, is there anyone beside yourself that will be involved in the decision process? Or you can explain how important it is to understand each person's vision so that you can better manage their expectations. You do not have to be an expert at these steps for this to work. Just follow through, discovery budget, and get them all in the room, and you will increase your odds of success. So finally, how can we help? Who are we? AD Window Treatments are here to serve you and your clients. We are the yin to your yang. You bring creativity and we supply all the technical expertise in order to make you sleep well at night, knowing your client's project will be done right. We offer simple pricing and all-inclusive cost, which includes product, technical consultation, professional measure and installation, convenience. You guys can use our showroom as yours, or we show up at a free in-home consultation for you and your clients. We bring the showroom out to you. Peace of mind. Our installation services are guaranteed for life, no additional cost. We sell confidence, knowing that the Hunter Douglas Right Choice Promise allows for a product exchange in case of an event where a client is not satisfied with their product selection, and we've had many design clients take advantage of that in the past. And then education, we do things like this. We host regular designer lunch and learns. I know many of you guys, I've seen you at my showroom. And we do these coffee grinds and designs where we connect with the vendors to show you the latest and greatest of what we offer. Now I'm gonna stop screen sharing for a second and put us on gallery view so we can have a talk. There's a couple of designers I'm gonna put on the spot to share testimonials on what it's like to work with us. And then finally, I want to share with you my favorite books. Okay, gallery view. Hi, everybody. Hi. Nice to see everyone. So I'm gonna unmute Diane Bishop. She is someone who has worked with us in the past. If you wouldn't mind, Diane, just sharing a little bit about that experience, and then I'm going to share about our books. So hi. Wait, oops, hang on. Diane, I think you might have to unmute yourself.
Okay. Okay. Good morning. I have had the best experience working with Ambiance, and it has been, it's been very easy. It's an effortless project, and it takes away all the headaches that you might have installing blinds or getting the wrong product. Even if they're unhappy with the product, and I've had some that, there's been some issues, and it's seamless. They take care of everything, and then there's a commission involved, and that's just added money. All I did was pick out the product and walk them through it, and they do the rest. And it's a great partnership.
Thanks, Diane. I appreciate that. I think if you guys know me personally, I really don't necessarily like to talk about myself. That's why testimonials are so powerful. I'm going to unmute Judy Drake because we've well, I can't. Judy, you're going to have to unmute yourself if you can.
I think I'm unmuted, yes.
There you are. Judy, we've recently have helped your clients with a project that went south. So maybe you can speak to that and share a little bit with some of the folks that are on the call.
So I had a project that was in town that was electric shades, and they were, it was a daughter who's a medical student and her mother who's extremely particular, and just couldn't seem to get her satisfied. I mean, within 1/4 of an inch. So we did get one part satisfied, and now the shades won't go up and down, which electric shades, battery shades, that just happens sometimes. And so they have been, so it's interesting, and I think I'm speaking to all women here, but I think that sometimes her husband got involved, and when I would speak to her husband, he would get on the phone and yell and scream at me. And then Dan called him the other day, and now everything seems to be fine, which is always very interesting to me. But everybody's been great and helpful with this, so I'm very pleased. Is that good?
That was great. Thanks, Judy. Well, and it was a really challenging situation.
Yeah.
And the reason I brought it up, because you guys, things happen. Things do fall apart sometimes, and clients' expectations aren't managed. And it's just good to know that we work with our folks, our designers. We're not going to go away or not respond as quickly as possible. So it's not all perfect, but when it does fall apart, we're here. We're not going to leave you guys hanging. So, all right, I'm going to share my screen one more time because there's a list of books I'm going to share with you. I got good feedback as far as sharing the books. So let me tell you why. Yes, I'm a nerd. I read a lot. And if you are a small business owner, or even if you work with someone and you have certain, what we call in our world, the head trash, that is keeping you from advancing in your career, or you get hung up in certain areas with your clients, here's some books that might help. Business Ownership, Profit First. My husband and I are business partners. 3 years ago, we took his principles, Mike Michalowicz, and applied them to our business. And can I tell you, I am sleeping good at night through all of this COVID mess because we have a reserve. The past 3 years, we've enjoyed profit in our business that we've used to just recently pay off all of our debt. And it's not too late. This might be the time to learn these principles and apply them to your business if you're struggling. The next finance book, Thou Shalt Prosper by Rabbi Daniel Lapin. This book will eliminate all your fears about asking for money. It will help you understand why it's important to earn money, and that we actually have an obligation to be successful. I grew up in an environment where money and spirituality, the more poor you were, the more spiritual you were. And this guy blows that concept. So a great book. Business Development Traction. This is for the nerds out there. This book is really tough because it goes to the minutia of a business. But if you're able to apply these principles, it will have you think about all different aspects of your business and help you grow. Sales, an unapologetic saleswoman. This Lorraine deals with the gender issue. Very good in this book. So if you struggle with that, this is a must read. Selling to Homeowners by Chip Doyle and Kim Booker. This was our Bible. We studied this as a team twice as a book study. It helps you from how do you answer the phone. It helps you learn more about that qualifying the client and what to do when you actually get in the home. It helps everybody, not just designers. Teamwork, the 5 dysfunctions of a team will help you realize your way shouldn't be the only way and how to communicate with your team members. Marketing, this one's new to us, building a brand story. We actually sat through 2 days of training from these folks. This will teach you how to speak so people will hear you. Amazing. The guy was a screenwriter and now he has this phenomenal marketing business. So he knows how to get folks, help you to get folks to pay attention. And then finally, this one is also new to me, Design of Everyday Things. Chip Doyle works with a lot of it. He's a Sandler sales trainer. He works with a lot of interior designers. He calls this a must read for interior design. And I'm going to quote him right now. He says, the book goes into the eloquence of intelligent design and reminds designers that they are not merely waitresses simply asking folks what they want from some menu. That designers are actually subject matter experts and uses intelligent design and experience in my design projects. I'm in like the first chapter and it's already elevated my respect for interior designers. So if you just want a really good shot in the arm that you guys are needed in the industry and it helps you to be able to communicate to your clients why they come to you in the first place. So that's it. I'm going to open it up right now to all of us. And the last time, we've done this now a couple of times. And what I'd like to do is unmute everybody. You can feel free to mute yourself if you feel like you should. This is a time where we can open it up for questions. Yes, Holly Pecora, Donald Miller definitely has a great podcast. And if you sign up for his little daily videos, they're awesome.
I didn't know about that.
Yes, yes. He just does like these 30-second videos.
On what?
Again, on just different subject matters.
Oh, you mean like YouTube and they send them to you in an email or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think if you go to his regular website, you can just sign up to receive the videos.
Okay.
Wait, and that was who, Laura? Whose website?
Donald Miller.
Okay.
It's
my computer goes out sometimes.
A story brand.
Right.
Yeah, really good stuff. Okay. So the last time we did this, which was Tuesday, we kind of opened it up for questions. But one of the things I posed to the group was there anything anyone willing to share what they're doing right now in the business in their business that might benefit our audience if you shared it?
I would say what we did was we wrote all of our clients a handwritten note just to let them know that like us, the home is a very a spot that we feel safe in now, especially being in it so much. So we kind of just said we hope that they are feeling the same way and that their home's nurturing their families and helping them live a better life while they're stuck at home. So we didn't really say, hey, buy our services, but it was just a gentle reminder that we gave you the house that you're living in right now, and before it was nothing like this. So just a friendly reminder, hopefully it's doing what it's supposed to do.
And I've had a lot of success with the phone calls. I initially called the people that I'm working with currently, and now I'm going through my list and people from the past, and almost everyone, or maybe even everyone, has said what a difference I've made in their homes and their lives and how comfortable they are. So it makes it, if nothing else, it made me feel good that what I am doing is something to go back to, and it is important. And the other thing that many of them said, when this is over, we're going to be back to do our dining room or our, things like that. So especially one that said her home office now is just perfect for her. So that's been my best step.
I have a question or comment. Carol and I work with Diane Bishop. I'm on like everybody, and everything's coming through from every store, clothes. And so some people are buying, some people aren't, depending upon what your situation is. But I guess I was thinking we can't go into the home, but if we, you could almost do a little PowerPoint slide or something where you're just mailing out and hey, anybody need a lamp? Because things that if some, depending upon what companies are still shipping or something like that, or tomorrow it's desk chairs or it's end tables, obviously not upholstery maybe, but I didn't know if anybody was doing something like that, just sort of where you are, like you said, Laura, asking for business or giving them some value, because they're doing it from Wayfair or, Ballards. And so why not, why should we be left out of that?
Because we need to make minimums, unfortunately, right? You can't just order one lamp from one of our vendors unless you call the vendor and work it out.
Well, that's what I mean. It's almost like brainstorming to say what's different. So that's the way it was before, but they have similar issues. So what are they going to do on their minimums and stuff? So it's kind of like, when are we going to get back in, but what are we going to do differently? And honestly, I don't have an answer. I've only just started thinking that in this last week. So I'm not, so I'm just throwing it out there. I didn't know if anybody had thought of something different or doing it differently.
We've actually been thinking of if the client, our delivery service is still delivering. So if the client's comfortable with them coming in, that's the best solution. But we were even thinking, since we do space plans for every room, we could even give them the option to just leave the furniture outside and the client could bring it in themselves, and they could just place it with the space plan and figure out where all the lamps go and stuff. Now they might have to put some things together, but I think that would be up to them, but it's still a good solution.
Sounds like a good opportunity to start selling office solutions with your space plan.
Yeah.
I was going to look to go through my list and with maybe like a side personal note, but to help support a local business. My local florist is still delivering. So look to do maybe $30, $40 arrangements and send them to my clients just to say, thinking of you and wanted to brighten your day or something like that. Now it's I'm helping a local business, and then it makes my clients feel good. So I'm going to start that next week. I'll let you know how it goes.
Our clients are primarily designers, all designers. So we're reminding them that, most people aren't aware that much of the supply chain and our ability to provide services is still intact. What's not available is physical visits to the design studio. So we're letting them know that we can do research for them and either by video or just getting samples for them, etc. So we are actually doing some business in spite of what's going on, in whatever way that we can to help the designers.
So one of the things I wanted to share on the last presentation we did, one of the designers, Kathleen Patton, you guys all know her, said that she had sent out an email to 150 people, clients that she had served previously. And it wasn't an email to ask for business. It was just a check-in. How are you doing? She heard back from more than 50% of them. So maybe something to think about.
It's a great idea.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
So there was one other thing. The other call had a new young designer, and she said, you know, with everything that's going on, how am I supposed to, you know, do business this way? And I said, what's happened is, if you've heard of the terms hunter and gatherer or farmer, we are no longer farmers. We can't just walk right out, grab up all these leads and move on. You've got to put on the camo gear and you're gonna be hunting again. And some of us don't look that good in camo gear. So, and some of the things I went over in the presentation today, and there's gonna be a follow-up. You know, I thought about this. You guys, I'll put my email address in the chat. If you want those documents, most of you, I have your email, but for those of you I don't, just respond, because I'm going to need your email to send you the documents. Because the last one we did, we had folks register. Because the things that I had suggested, will help you when it comes to hunting. And there's great prospecting books out there. I tend to be a natural networker, so it isn't hard for me. But for those of you guys that don't like it, because I'll tell you, there's been many of folks that had come and wanted to work with me. And when I said to them, you're going to be expected to prospect, they were like, no, thank you. I'm out. So we're going to have to hunt, guys, if we're going to survive this. And a lot of times your best source of business is going back to those clients. And if not doing more business with them, it's asking them for referrals. So just ask them, you know, if you're not ready, would you mind referring me to some folks?
I've got several of my people that are doing virtual interviews with clients, new clients. They have the client take a video of their home, and then they study it and then contact the client. And after they've gotten a project deposit, they start working. And it's worked fairly well. I won't say as well as previously, but fairly well.
That's a great idea.
But how are you dealing with the measurements? Are they taking the measurements, or?
We're not, it's all about getting some basic ideas. I mean, there's some tools to be able, for them to be able to scan the room and be able to tell about how big it is. We're not doing the window treatment piece because that requires too much detail. I mean, this is for some getting started, understanding that it's going to be, you know, the beginning of the process, and, you know, the manufacturers for upholstered furniture are not open right now. Everything else would be, you know, ready-made, which is not what we typically do. So it's getting your foot in the door when you can get in the door.
I saw some designers on, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I saw some designers on Instagram. They were, Laura, you talked about, you know, providing some simple services for free right now. They were like, take a picture of your shelfie or, you know, your shelves. And then what they would do is do like drawing, stylizing over it, and then reposting on an Instagram. So they were helping, you know, maybe get future business by doing a whole room, but providing a little bit of free design, you know, and it's been huge. Like one designer I know, like she's posting like 3 or 4 of them a night. So
That's
if that
awesome.
equates to 1 or 2 clients, that's big.
Well, and that was the point that I had made as far as building your pipeline and also building some credibility in the industry, Renee. I mean, that is point on. If you guys are willing to take some of your expertise and just give it away, the trust that you will build with the clients or the potential clients are huge. You know, we do things a little bit different because ours is not so much design as it is providing a product that solves a problem. But last year, a client walked in needing an old style remote control for their Hunter Douglas product. And Dan happened to have one. Dan's my husband. He happened to have one and gave it away. And she's like, what's the charge? And he's like, there's no charge. Don't worry about it. Within a month or two, she brought back her niece who ended up spending over $20,000 with us in window treatments because she was so moved by the generosity of a simple remote control that was laying around.
I was there that day, gave her the remote, true story.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think you were doing like a coffee thing that morning or something, but I remember being there and that remote was an issue.
So there's one other thing that I want to mention. I have been, since the beginning of all of this, playing and trying to satisfy my nerd. I have been out there listening to podcasts on leadership and communication and you know, what to do with our business. And one thing that has been a common theme is over communicate. Do not feel like you guys are going to be bugging your clients. You need to be in their space and in their space as much as possible. Don't let this opportunity, because people are paying attention. They're looking at their emails right now. They're doing the next thing. Just don't be scared. You're not going to offend people, because if you always start with the empathy, look, I get it. We're all stir crazy now because nobody wants to get on another freaking Zoom meeting, right? We're done. Unless they're awesome like this one. But you know, get in there, just communicate. And you know what I think, what I'm hoping is going to come out of this is we're all going to learn to be lean and mean in our business, and that people will actually start supporting local business. I really hope that, I know I'm committed to it. If I have something that I need to purchase, I'm not going to just flit out to Amazon. I want to see if there's someone local that can provide it first. So.
I have a question. What do you think about posting on Facebook of some work that you've done or inspirational photos and just trying to get it to your clients to kind of advertise and, you know?
Can I answer that?
Absolutely, Renee.
At your event,
Indiana.
right before this madness happened, you had Libby Langdon at an event at your showroom, and she said, nobody is going to promote your business better than you. So if it's an opportunity to share and show what you do, do it. Do it.
Because I just think that a lot of people have time right now and they're in social media. They're constantly going through and looking at photos. And I think they're using that a lot more than anything else right now.
Except
When
the
I
one
first-
thing that Lee said was the fact that she felt that Facebook wasn't the forum for that kind of thing. That's more social, what you did today and what you had for dinner last night. And she was talking more Instagram and Pinterest.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was before all this happened.
Yeah, I think more people are on Facebook, honestly. And
Yeah.
when I first started my business, you know, you're starting out new, you don't have much projects. I just started making storyboards and posting it almost as if, and then selling it like, oh, look what I'm doing for my next client. And it just kind of caught on. Like, again, people liked it, shared it. And again, it was just, and that's how I, you know, again, I started. Or I would take a picture of a cherry blossom and then throw whatever colors or pieces that kind of, you know, inspired me on that piece. So it's kind of, you know, like selling yourself, but also just selling ideas right now.
I don't know if anybody had an opportunity. The New York chapter of IFDA had a gal on the other day, and she was talking about selling herself, and it was all about Pinterest.
Yeah. I think at this point, anything you can do to help yourself.
I agree.
As long as it's tastefully done and looks somewhat professional, do it. We got to help ourselves as much as we can. Katie Lynn, she's not on the call today, but she actually reposted. So whatever we post on Instagram automatically goes to our Facebook. And she shared it on Facebook, I think Tuesday or Wednesday. I got 2 calls from it. So I'm working on 2 estimates from people just from her sharing something on Facebook, which Scott
awesome.
immediately goes, Renee, you need to be doing more on Facebook. Like, I don't, you know, so.
Yeah, you do. You don't have many followers. You got to get up there.
I know.
You do it all great everywhere.
Facebook has been like our stepchild so far, but I need to work it a little more.
And I think the reality is this, guys. All of us are looking for ways to fill in those moments. You know, unless you have small children at home, you know, you really need, I find myself more on those social sites than ever, because I'm counting the moments between walking the dog. So I'm on Facebook, and normally I don't have time for it. But Mila, I think it's a resounding big yes. Get yourself out and put some stuff up.
Yeah.
Just make it happen.
Also, I found that what Libby talked about at our showroom that day was doing videos. The videos, I'm pretty impressed with them. Laura did a video just on the story that she started with today. We posted it on Instagram and we posted it on Facebook on our site. It was shared several times throughout. And then I went to it a couple days ago. It had about 250 views, which I thought was pretty impressive. I shared it to a couple of our local and regional trade organizations on Wednesday night. It had about 260 views. The next morning when I looked at it, it had over 320. I looked at it last night and it was close to 500. And they don't really count the view unless you watch it. So the engagement with videos is amazing. Some ideas for you guys would just be, you know, doing a layout of a storyboard and talking about it and just giving away some of your expertise, or just a word of encouragement. I think that these videos are super powerful.
Another thing, so if you guys are IFDA Philly members or sponsors and you post something, can you please tag IFDA Philly? Because I try to search and find things because I'm the communications person on Instagram, and Deanna does a great job sharing it on Facebook. But if you tag us, it makes it so much easier to find, and I'll reshare it. And, you know, whether it's putting it in a story or in a post, usually it's like in stories, but even just sharing that, you know, it helps your engagement. So, and it helps drive people to your sites then. So make sure you tag us.
And if you're not a member, become a member, because we're very collaborative. We love our members.
Pays for itself in advertising.
Yes.
Yes, you two are like the powerhouse of advertising for all things IFDA.
Right.
Well, we're a little over our time. I think we said it was going to be over at 9:45. So I hope you guys have enjoyed spending the morning together. It's certainly great to see some smiling faces. I miss all you guys so much.
Okay, so we just talked about social media. That being said, can everybody smile for me so I can get a picture?
Oh, gotta take the glasses off. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye. Have a great week.
Laura.
Bye,
Laura.
guys.
Bye.
Get your IFDA app.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.